Hey everybody, Shane here with Hets and Tails, and today we're going to be discussing what het really means. So right away, het means heterozygus. There is heterozygus and homozygous. Heterozygous means that there is only one copy of the DNA. Homozygous means that there is two. So as far as recessives go, when you're looking for a recessive snake, if you hear something called het piebald, it means that it only has one copy of that DNA. One copy of a recessive gene is not enough to show a visual on the snake. So when you see something that says het pied and it literally does not look like it's pied at all, that's because it says it's het. So the het means only one copy of the DNA, and in recessives, it means it's not visual. You need two copies to make a visual. So the mom and the dad both have to have pied in them to create an actual visual. As far as codoms go, just about every codom you see out there, whether it be yellow belly, fire, pastel, Mojave, leopard, all of those are all heterozygous versions of that codom. So a codom only needs one version to be a visual. Instead of a recessive needing two, a codom only needs one version to be visual. That's where you get your yellow belly. Now, if that codom has two pairs, that becomes a super form. That's a homozygous form, which a lot of people, I guess, don't want to say homozygous all the time, so they say visual instead of homozygous. But still, for the heterozygous, they just refer to it as het. So a super version, which would be if you get a double copy of a yellow belly, that will be a ivory. If you get a double copy of a pastel, it's a super pastel. Double copy of a fire, super fire. Double copy of Mojave, same thing, super Mojave. So codoms, you only need one to make a visual. That can be het. So basically all the codoms you see, unless it says super in front of it, it means that it's a het, although you can see it. Now in recessives, it has to be two in order for you to see it. So you only, whenever you hear het, that's the majority of the time you're going to hear het. Nobody ever says, oh, I got a het pastel. Like, no, it's a pastel. If it wasn't het, it would be a super pastel. So, but as far as recessives go, that's where you hear the term het being used a lot, because it only has one copy, so it means it's not a visual. In order to make that snake visual, you got to get another snake with one copy or two copies already to breed with that snake to create the double copy. Usually you would want a visual and a het to breed together. You'll get about 50% of them will be visuals. The other 50% will be normal. So as far as when you hear 100% het, 66% het, or 50% het, okay? Those differences mean 100% het means that either the mother or the father was an actual visual. So say you're talking piebald, and it says it's 100% het pied. That means that either the mother or the father was a piebald. And then the other one must not have been, so whenever they breed it together, it doesn't create the visual, it just creates the het. So it has that DNA in it for sure because the parent was a visual, so you know it has it. That's 100%. 100% of those babies are going to get the piebald genetic, where if you had two hets, two that were both 100% het piebald, and you breed them together, you may not get any visuals. You may only get 60% or 66% of those babies on average are piebald. Now, if you have a snake, for example, say I wanted to breed T'Challa and Ned, mix their genes. The baby will come out 100% het for piebald because T'Challa is a piebald. But Ned being only a clown, it would end up being 50% clown because only one of the parents has the clown and it's not a visual. So he's already a het and you basically cut it in half. So that's where you get your 50%, your 66%, and your 100%. 100% means one of the parents was a visual. 66% means both of the parents were het, and 50% means only one parent was a het. So as far as recessives go, that's kind of how that works. Hopefully this helps you guys, and until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for visiting. Hey guys, on a side note, probably shouldn't try to breed two boys together. Just saying, I was using it for genetic purposes. I know they're two boys. I got it.